Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Man United Central, and I'm your boy Luther. I'm super excited that you're back here. Do me a favor, make sure to like the video and to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Alright? Alright, that being said, again, it's been a crazy day when it comes to our Manchester United, and we're going to jump right into it. So, today on this episode, we're going to talk about a lot of things that have been happening, right? We're going to talk about if we have any updates when it comes to the takeover, and then we're going to talk about the transfer situation. There's been some information, whereas what Ten Hag and Man United are looking at. We're going to talk about updates on Mason Mount, Declan Rice, Rasmus Højlund. There's been talk about this new striker, Randall Colomwani, and Mason Greenwood update. So quite a bit going on. So I'm gonna make sure I get all that to you. That way you are up to date when it comes to our Manchester United. All right. So let's start with the as far as the takeover bit, right? As according to the reports from the UK, this is according to the Daily Mail. Basically, nothing really new from as of yesterday. Reports from the Daily Mail is saying that the Qatari Sheikh Jassim has put in his fifth and final bid, worth about 6 billion. And basically, on that article, they're talking about this final bid that he put in, and he also mentioned that this is the Glazers family have until Friday to respond to him. According to the writer, which is Mike Keegan from the Daily Mail, is saying that this is, yes, quote unquote, is they have until Friday, but they consider it as a self-imposed deadline. So basically, from the article, they're saying, look, I know he said it's final, but again, if for example the Glazers get back to him and say, you know what, you were close, but no cigar yet, maybe Sheikh Jassim may put in a sixth bid. So but again, that is we know, nobody knows, but basically he's saying, yes, it's not something that's written in stone. It's something that Sheikh Jassim said it, so he may decide to change it and put in another bid. Now on the other side, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, obviously he believes that he's in a pole position. Basically, him and his Ineos team, they feel like they've done enough to be able to be, for the Glazers to choose them as the preferred bidder. Now, what did they do? Basically, they structured the deal that the Glazer family will stay on, right? And he will own at least 50% of the Manchester United, and the Glazer family, they'll have those minority shares, but they won't have any decisions. They cannot make any decisions when it comes to the running of the team. And also, Sir Jim had put in on there a clause that in the next couple of years, they'll be basically he'll be buying them. That way, the Glazers family can leave. And again, with his plan, which Sir Jim's plan is, he has given the Glazer family that option that either the two can stay, or the entire, I think there's 6 of them, they can stay as on the as partial owners, or owners of the team in a lower capacity. So of course, this according to the Glazers, I mean, they may like this route better than Jassim's route, whereas he will give him the money. If the Glazers agree with it, he will drop the money, 6 billion, right up. Let me pay the debt, which was worth like 1 billion, and then the Glazer family, all of them pack their bags, go, right? So that is the two different avenues there. One is giving them chances to stay, and they can see that the team is going on an upward trajectory, meaning that there's potential for them to make more money off of it. The other side is just him saying, you know what, enough is enough. Here's the money, give me the team, right? So now the Glazers, hopefully they will make a decision here soon, because again, for the better of the team, that that way we can move on. Right now we're kind of on a standstill when it comes to what we need to do as far as the team, like the sales or the potential incoming of the players that Ten Hag needs. So this really needs to be resolved. Hopefully it will be resolved soon. Hopefully by tomorrow, which is Friday. Who knows? Again, I'll keep you posted if anything happens when it comes to the takeover. So really, that's basically it. There was nothing really new when it comes to the takeover. Now, let's jump into the other news, which, is more exciting because we're sick and tired of the whole takeover thing. We're going to talk about updates on Harry Kane, Mason Mount, and Rasmus Højlund. Now, when it comes to Mr. Mount, that's why I call him Mr. Mount, it looks like Manchester United, let's see, I'm reading this article here. So it looks like Manchester United, is reportedly preparing a bid for Mason Mount, who has just 1 year left on the contract with Chelsea. And Mount has refused a new deal. And of course, United is seeing this as an opportunity to grab the player and bring him into Old Trafford. Now, there's a little bit of stumbling block because, as we previously reported on previous videos, Chelsea is crazy. They're asking for about 70 million for Mount. United, don't do it. 70 million, forget it. I would ask you guys, give me on the comments below, what do you think if we're to get Mount, how much should we spend? Because we don't want to be a laughing stock, people. People are going to laugh at us if we pay 70 million for Mount. I'm going to go with, initially I said 55. I may stick with that, but 50 is really the most I can go with Mount, right? Because, come on, if we pay 70 million, we can probably get, maybe even better players in that position rather than paying all that money for Mount, right? So that is where we're at, and it looks like United, we're definitely right now, about to put in that official bid. So again, we'll stay tuned to see how much does United put in as the initial bid, because we know that personal terms are no issue, because we know Mount definitely wants to come to United. So we'll see. But United, please don't put in 70 million or some crazy amount like that, right? Okay, now let's move into another update here when it comes to another update here when it comes to Mr. Declan Rice. Yeah, Declan Rice yesterday, they won that Conference League title with West Ham, and he did, there was some news after that. He did already spoken to his chairman, and he already mentioned that he's definitely will be leaving the team. Okay, so the article, this is from The Athletic, is saying that from yesterday, the England midfielder Rice dropped a hint that he's open definitely to move, and one team that is in the pole position to get him, I believe I may have mentioned this yesterday, is Arsenal. Arsenal looked like they're in a pole position to get the West Ham midfielder, who is reported his asking price. You ready for this? 100 million. We knew about this is going to be pricey. Now, so Arsenal is in a pole position. Now, let's bring this back to United. United, listen. Okay, we want Declan Rice. I know Eric Ten Hag definitely wants Declan Rice, but I do not think he's worth 100 million. That is way too much for Declan Rice. Now, if we, for example, we don't get Declan Rice, or what alternatives do you think United can go for? I would go with Caicedo, right? Caicedo from Brighton. He's younger than Declan Rice, and energetic, mobile, and he's not going to cost us 100. Maybe 80, right? So Caicedo will be my choice. You tell me in the comments below, what are your choices when it comes to alternative from Declan Rice? Because the way it looks, that is way too much money for him, and we need to have different options. Let's move on. And another update that we have here is when it comes to the Hurricane situation, right? Now, there are reports that Hurricane, he's definitely thinking that that he may end up staying at Tottenham. I will not be surprised. I know the Ten Hag has prioritized Hurricane as his number one target when it comes to the striking force, because we need goals, 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 goals. And Kane would give you those goals. And Ten Hag believes that, okay, this may be the time to get Harry Kane. But also, Ten Hag and Man United, they're willing to wait for Kane, right? Meaning that if we don't get him this season, we can wait until next season, whereas he's going to be a free agent, right? Yes, he's going to be a little bit older, but he can still do the job, right? Now, one thing is people say, you know what, Kane may be going to Real Madrid because they need a striker. You know, personally, or also reading about him on, you know, online and all these places, I don't see Kane as one of those players who would uproot his entire family, go into another country, which is Spain, and, you know, learn the culture and everything, move the kids from one school into another school. You know, I don't think he's that kind of player, because Kane, I don't know if you guys know, he has a young family. So he may want to continue with that stability because, you know, families come first. So he may decide to stick with staying in England or staying at Tottenham, because of course Tottenham, they're gonna have they've already gotten a new manager. You know, Daniel Levy may convince him to stay. Now, if he stays, he doesn't sign a new contract, next season is gonna be free agent. Then we can pounce and get it. Now, if we don't get Kane, where do we go? All right, glad you asked. So the alternative for Kane is, it looks like Manchester United has been Manchester United, John Murta has been in contact with Eintracht Frankfurt striker by the name of Randall Colomwani. I believe I've reported this to you guys also. So basically, the Frenchman is highly coveted and also attracted a lot of interest from Bayern Munich. So, you know, when Bayern Munich is also looking at you, it means you are something, right? Now, United have privately, you know, we have been, you know, looking into him as Kane's alternative, right? Because he's more kind of a seasoned, better striker when it comes, if you compare, for example, Colomwani and Rasmus Højlund, who next one we're going to talk about. So we already, yeah. So Højlund, of course, you know, he's always has shown that he's open to come to United. And I'm reading a report here from Fabrizio Romano, who is a top reporter when it comes to anything to do with transfers. And Fabrizio has reported when he was being interviewed at a United stand YouTube that, yeah, definitely Rasmus Højlund, he is ready to move on to greener pastures, and United are definitely potential, and he really highly rates us, and he would definitely want to join the revolution of what is happening at Manchester United under Erik ten Hag. So we have two strikers there. Yes, they're young, but I would take either one of those, right? As we, you know, look for, you know, a more established one, right? Now, of course, with this talks about Osimhen, which Osimhen and Kane, they could be very hard to acquire their services, because everybody they're looking for these two as strikers, because, you know, strikers are, you know, leading in the transfer market, because everyone needs a good striker. Now, let's move on real quick. What else we have here? On the additional news is Manchester United, it looks like, leading the race for Axel Disasi, right? So Axel Disasi, he he plays in Monaco. Okay, and Axel Disasi is actually a defender, right? And he has already pretty much mentioned to he has spoken some key words to Ten Hag that he feels that his next move is to a team that can offer Champions League football. So again, Axel Disasi is looking for Champions League football, and Manchester United, that is something we can offer, right? So we may get this kid. He's rated at 40 million, and that's it's a bargain. 40 million, because 40 million, I think that's what we got Fred back in the day. So if we get Axel Disasi, he will be a good addition to our defensive line. So, guys, that is really all I have for you today, right? There's a lot more. I'm sure it's coming down the pike. Stay tuned to the channel. Make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow. Thank you so much. Peace.